All of your friends around you are in relationships or getting married. And then there's you. Why can't you find anyone? It's not because you're ugly, and it's not because you don't have a good personality. So what's the deal? How are you ever going to find that special someone? Oh, I know. Good old dandy dating apps. Let's see, which to choose from. How about Tinder? You download it and start swiping. No matches on the first day? No big deal. A week goes by. You finally get a match. You send her a corny pickup line and no response. What is it with these damn dating apps? If you feel like you aren't getting anywhere with them, you're not alone. Of all the dating apps, Tinder is number 1 in the US, with 32% of users, followed by Bumble, then Hinge. And with that, 67% of the people on Tinder are men. Of course, the other 33% being women. Okay, so what? Sure, there's more men than women. No big deal when you've got 44 million individuals across the dating apps, right? Alright. Per this study, only one profile out of 100 was liked by more than 80% of the women. So there's less women than men, and women are more selective. It doesn't mean that there's no chance of you finding someone on there, right? The reality is pretty plain and simple. Women have the upper hand when it comes to having options on dating apps. So much so that it actually hinders your chance at a successful date. And then there's the paradox of choice, a phenomenon where abundance of options can counterintuitively lead to less happiness, less satisfaction, and hamper the ability to make a decision. It's true, with the endless amount of options women have, it's no wonder you're left in the dust. Even if in their eyes your profile seems ideal, choosing you might make them feel like they've missed out on a better option. Don't worry ladies, I haven't forgotten about you. According to one study, men were more likely to report a casual sex motivation for using Tinder than women. Which, let's be honest, isn't very surprising. Hookup culture today is so normalized, and we all know that men are looking for hookups a lot more often than women. According to YouGov, men are more than twice as likely as women to say they're using dating apps for casual sex. Not only are women looking for something more serious, generally speaking, as opposed to men, but the harassment that they receive is at much higher rates. PewResearch.org has one study claiming some 38% of online dating users have been sent a sexually explicit message they didn't ask for on dating sites or apps. 30% have had someone continue to contact them after they said they were not interested. 24% have been called an offensive name, and 6% have had someone threaten to physically harm them. All told, about half of those who have ever used dating sites or apps say that they have experienced at least one of these 4 unwanted behaviors. Women are more likely than men to have experienced each of these 4 behaviors on dating sites and apps that were covered in the survey. And this is largely driven by women under 50. Some women under 50 who have ever used a dating site or app have been sent unwanted sexually explicit content, and about 4 in 10 each have been contacted after they said they were not interested or called an offensive name. Some of this group have been threatened with physical harm on a dating site or app. All told, about 2/3 of women under 50 who have tried online dating have experienced at least one of these 4 unwanted behaviors the survey explored. Is it necessary for me to say that these stats are ridiculous? We all seem to be suffering from these damn dating apps in one way or another, but we can't seem to get away from them. At the end of the day, these apps are causing stress and anxiety for all genders. Sure, it's not all bad, but many have experienced a plethora of negative feelings from them. They lower our productivity, mindlessly swiping profiles, waiting for responses, hopelessly praying that we can get a bite. Not only that, but at the other end of that bite is a halfway decent human being. From the crappy messages that women receive from men or less often men receive from women, to the ghosting that occurs on both parties, the lack of responses, and the lack of matches, ultimately, I believe they hurt us more than they benefit us. Get out into the real world and meet people. Men, stop hiding behind a screen. Ask a girl in person on a date. The worst that can happen is that you get rejected, and it's okay if you do. It isn't a reflection of you when a girl says no. The more you do this, the more confident you'll feel the next time you go to do it. Do what you will with the information that I've provided. If you ask me, I'd say burn the dating apps to the ground, but what do I know? I'm just some guy from the internet. Take care. Hey guys, I wanted to give a huge thank you to those of you who stuck around until the end of the video. Your support means the world to me. Let me know in the comments section any feedback you have or suggestions for future videos. Take care.